Hi, so you've reached Leslie Wessel, and I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Plaza, and I run real estate team Wessel Team Home Sales. So, wanted to touch on the topic of 9 things you need to know to live in Wichita. Um, or maybe you wish you would have known would be another way to put it. But anyway, so first thing is east versus west is a very real thing. I wanted to pick this picture with this map, and I always have this map in my office. I like it, but there is two sides to our city, and there is a big rivalry between east siders and west siders. I personally think it's a little bit silly, but it's real, and you should know about it. So lots of different things definitely can touch on it, but the river divides us down the middle, and people have strong opinions on which side of town you should live in. So that's the first one. Second one, lots and lots and lots and lots of schooling options. Obviously, we've got great public schools. There's Wichita Public Schools. They have a lot of great magnet schools. There's a lot of options, a lot of specialties within being in part of a large district. And then, of course, we've got tons of suburbs. So there's always these competitions of like Andover, Mays, Goddard, Derby, and all have their pluses and minuses. And definitely can help you kind of suss that out for your family, if that makes sense. Love to have those conversations. I'm very familiar with all. I've had kids in different school districts. You just been around Wichita for almost 20 years and just know a lot of things about that. There's also a lot of private school options, both like religious or parochial, great Catholic schools, and actually some really neat programs within that, like making it very affordable. And then obviously just college prep and those kind of schools. So there's no perfect schooling option, but what can be best for your family. And if something doesn't work, try something different. But lots of schooling options. And then we talked about it, we touched on it, but there's this really third thing, really great river down the center of town. And it is the Arkansas River. We are very proud of that. Yes, we know the rest of the country calls it the Arkansas River. That doesn't matter. But in Wichita, it's the Arkansas River, but there's just some really cool ways to utilize it, and that's becoming about a lot in the last couple of years. So we have the Riverfront Stadium, which is our local baseball team, like pro baseball team. We have ICT river rides. We now have like kayaks and stand-up paddleboards. There's companies that do this. Down near Mulvane, down south, you can go jeeping on the river. So there's just lots of great ways to utilize the river, and I think that's something that's a little not known as well as it should be. So something I would love for you to know to move to Wichita. And then fourth thing is the arts. We are all things the arts, especially for the size of town we are. Wichita is just abundant with them. So the performing arts, like the photography, Final Fridays, there's just all these really neat things, but there is Music Theater Wichita, and if you know anyone who's been in Broadway, it's often said that the road to Broadway is through Wichita. So definitely check out our Music Theater Wichita programs. Wichita Art Museum. We have the arts along the river, all these museums that go along the river. It's just fantastic. So you see me touch on the river again because it's a big part of life here. We're built on a grid. Number 5. We love it. We even have a street named Meridian. I mean, it's on one of the prime meridians, but everything's on a grid. So there's Northeast Wichita, Southeast, Southwest, Northwest, and everything's built on a grid. We've got a highway down the middle. We've got another highway 135 down this way. So we love our grids. Take 4 left turns and you're back where you started. It's pretty fantastic. Maybe just right along the river, but the rest of it. Don't just think it's just Wichita. Wichita is the number 6. Wichita's the biggest city in the state of Kansas, but there's so much outside of Wichita. There's so much history. Eisenhower's from here. We've got the Kansas City. We've got all these great little towns that have a lot of history. We've got the Wild West. We've got cowboys. We've got cattle drives. Just really neat things in Kansas outside of Wichita. So don't forget, it's not just a town that itself. Number 7, we have all 4 seasons in one year, sometimes in one day. So I think a lot of people don't know. They think, oh my gosh, we're like Chicago and we get a ton of snow, or we're down south, it just depends on your perspective of where we are compared to where you're from. But we get all 4 seasons. We have a lot of wind, but if you don't like the weather, just give it like 30 minutes. It'll change again. So that's number 7. Number 8 is we have more restaurants per capita than any other city. We love to eat. We have great entrepreneurs that love to start new restaurants. If there's a kind of food you like, we have some amazing ones. So love that. It's just such a social experience here. So anyway, love our restaurants. And then number 9, the final one, is we are aviation obsessed. We are the air capital of the world. Every major aviation company has representation here, employment here, some of our biggest employers. But if you don't know about aviation before you get here, you'll learn. It's fine. I didn't. I'm marrying a pilot. That's how aviation obsessed we are around here. So it's kind of neat. There's a ton of airports. Obviously, we have our major airport, which is called Eisenhower, after that president from Kansas. But just lots of great little airports. There's a lot of people that just are pilots, have a lot of Cessnas, a lot of little planes flying around. So know that you come here, you're gonna have some air noise. That's fine. Just look up, see all the cool planes, go to Stearman, go to these airports, go to the museums. Just lots of great, neat history. So there's 9 things that I would have wanted to know when I moved to Wichita. So thanks for watching.